Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an awesome week as always. This is the first time on my channel that I am completely barefaced, and that is such a good feeling. It seems kind of dramatic if you're new to my channel, but some of you may know that I was on Accutane for 10 months. My skin was so horrible. So to be able to be on the internet and have a clean face is a really big deal for me. And if you're on Accutane or have acne, I feel like you know that struggle. So I'm so happy to be here today because I'm going to be showing you guys my Accutane foundation routine. This is a pretty niche video. Haven't seen it done on YouTube too much, but I feel like it would be really helpful for my girls or guys who are on Accutane and want to wear makeup. The struggle, if you're on Accutane, your skin is dry, it's peeling, it's painful, it's sore. It's hard to keep makeup on without looking crusty. I know that feeling all too well. A lot of trial and error on Accutane. I got my perfect routine down. Doesn't make you look too cakey, doesn't make you look too oily, too dry, doesn't make your skin look like it's peeling. This is the absolute perfect foundation routine if you are on that Accutane struggle. I'm gonna take you guys through my routine, show you some different options, and show you how I did it when I was on Accutane. Before I get into the actual tutorial, I'm going to talk about prep and the products I used when on Accutane. Prep is the most important thing. If you know, when you're on Accutane, your skin is dry and sensitive and just awful, so you have to have a really good hydrator before you go in with that foundation. I was on Accutane. I've raved about this on my channel. I used the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Lotion. I'm going to shake it so you can hear how thin it is. So it's just like a really light, thin lotion, but it's so effective. I hate the feeling of heavy creams on my skin. This does the work of a heavy cream, but it's light, it's airy, but it hydrates. It just sucks in all that moisture. The side effect that I had when I was on Accutane was my skin would turn bright red and super flushed at random, but I needed to find a primer that counteracted that because you could definitely see it through my foundation. This is the Maybelline Master Prime Blur plus Redness Control Primer. This green primer I tried that completely canceled out the redness in my skin. I tried Makeup Forever and Smashbox, lots of expensive brands, but this was hands down the best one I used. And don't quote me on this, but I think it's under $10, so definitely give this a try if you have red skin. I'll give you guys two different options because I used two foundations when I was on Accutane. I would switch off with these two. One is more expensive and one is a drugstore foundation. Makeup lovers that don't mind spending too much cash on makeup, this is the Chanel Perfection Lumiere foundation. This is a really, again, light foundation, so I'm gonna shake it. You can hear how thin it is. It's very light, but very high coverage, really effective, and it has a matte finish. Now for my drugstore pick, this is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation. This is a nightmare if you have oily skin. I would not try it. You will hate it, run for the hills. Dry skin or on Accutane, this will be a lifesaver for you. It has a dewy finish, but it stays on all day. It's so beautiful. This is also a light but high coverage foundation for me. I know some people don't like it, but I would definitely give it a try. It really, really helped me a lot when I was on Accutane. And I would use the Morphe M439 blending brush. This is a great foundation buffing brush. I really like buffing brushes. For the Chanel foundation, I would use the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I found that this was a perfect combo, while the Morphe brush worked much better for the L'Oreal. Now currently for foundation, I pretty much only use the L'Oreal. I like never go to my Chanel foundation, which I never thought I'd say, but instead of the Morphe brush, I use my Beauty Blender Pro. I'm in love with this. I used to hate beauty blenders. I didn't think they worked, but this is amazing. I'll show you my foundation routine while on Accutane. It's super simple and super easy, but super effective. So I'm gonna clip my hair up and then we'll get started. Okay, I clipped my hair up and I zoomed in so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I know I look less than perfect right now, but we're gonna look past that. So I'm not gonna use the red primer today because I'm just gonna treat this like a day where my skin wasn't flushed. First things first, I'm gonna go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Priming Water. If you have dry skin, it prevents things from caking up. So I am just going to spray that on. Kind of fan my face a couple of times, just let it settle in. My L'Oreal foundation, and I'm just pumping that on my finger and smoothing it over my skin. I know any makeup artists out there are probably like screaming right now and saying I'm doing this way wrong, but this is how I do it. Right now I'm taking my Morphe brush and I'm just gonna buff that in. Now if my skin was feeling extra dry, I would take the Smashbox primer water and just spray a little bit on my brush. This is a great tip to prevent your skin from looking too cakey. This is an additional step. You definitely don't have to do this, but I'm taking the ColourPop contour stick and adulting. I think I got this for $6. How crazy is that? But I'm just gonna contour my face really lightly. So I just go under my cheekbones, just like that. And into my hairline around my forehead. And I drag it down here a little bit. I'm filming a New Year's Eve tutorial right after this, so I want to have a good contour. Just gonna get my nose. I talk about this on my channel all the time, but my nose is broken right here, so I can't contour that way. So I just put one line in the middle of my nose. Beauty blender and just blend that in. I'm taking my NARS Creamy Concealer in Vanilla. This is a bit pricey, but it's the best concealer I've ever used. I'm gonna put that on my imperfections and under my eyes. For powder, I'm just using a pink-based Ben Nye powder. I'm actually not a huge fan of this powder, but I found that it really canceled out any redness in my skin. I'm going to take that Morphe brush and use it for that as well. Filling that in, I'm very generous with it and just tapping off the excess. You can't really see, but it's getting everywhere. And just putting that all over my skin. Under eyes, I'm going to use that same powder, but I'm going to use my beauty blender. This is a tip that I just recently learned. I'm again going to take this primer water and spray it on my beauty blender. Then I'm going to dip it in the powder. I just don't want my under eyes to look cakey, and that really helps prevent that. Taking a pretty generous amount, and I'm just putting it where my dark circles are. I actually have really bad lines under my eyes, so I'm not extending it all the way. My eyes look more wrinkly than they are, so I'm just putting it where the darkness is. I'm not letting it get in my creases at all. For a second, then I'm taking this random brush from Real Techniques. I can't remember what it's called, I'm sorry. I'm taking more powder on that brush and wiping it away. I'm also wiping it all the way on my under eyes. So this is the final look. This is how I did my foundation when I was on Accutane. I hope this video can help at least one person, because I know that struggle of putting on makeup when your skin is in so much pain. If you guys like this video, be sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. Be sure to also follow me on Instagram. I have all of my social media linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!